Jerome, Pennington, RD3. Well, the excitement was coming back home and seeing my wife and my child, who I hadn't seen since he was, oh gosh, let me see now. I think he was about 6 months old when I left. And very excited to do that, be back home, and then also having, being able to get discharged and go back to civilian life. So that was primarily in my mind, and when I went into the reserves and then was sent on active duty, my employer, I worked at a paper box company in Los Angeles. My employer saved my job for me, so I went back to work, and I was sure that I had a job waiting for me. I didn't have to go looking for one. And after I got home and went back to work, I think I worked for about a year at that place, and I started taking tests for the fire service, and I ended up passing one test high enough on the list to get an appointment, and went to work as a firefighter for 31 years and retired as a deputy chief. The reserve time it was about just a little over a year of active reserve that I had after I got back, and it was in a reserve center in Pasadena, California, and we did a monthly meeting up there. And since I had just gotten back from Westpac and had some recent experience, I was a third-class petty officer. They gave me some responsibilities of kind of going over a lot of things that we did and stuff that we were responsible for to the new recruits that had come in that were starting their reserve time. And so I did that for a little over a year, and then when I got appointed to the fire department, I put in a letter to the commander of that unit and asked to be released from active reserve time because of going to firefighter school and a totally different career that I didn't know what was coming up, and they accommodated me for that and let me off the hook for active reserve time, which I only had a couple of years left after that. So, like I said, I grew up in East Los Angeles, and I lived in the San Gabriel Valley up until about 20 years ago. After I got out of the Navy, I became a firefighter and was a firefighter for 31 years, ended up as a deputy chief on the fire department. And after I retired, my wife and I moved to San Diego County. And we lived there for 20 years, and just 2 months ago we moved to Arizona. So that's kind of my life in a nutshell, I guess.